what's up? I'm Jacob with Citi Rhythms. We're down here at Rio Bravo Brewery for the 7 to 10 event here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm very happy to have a company from Southern Oregon, where I'm from. This is Top Flight Security, and especially for New Mexico going recreational, this is such a great asset to have, and I'm happy to have them here just to show off some of their products and what they do. I'm here with Taham. Can you just tell us your company name, where you guys are located, and a little bit about yourself?
Totally, yeah. Thanks again for having us, here at your guys' event. We're a Southern Oregon-based company, and our main products and services is security. Pretty much from security camera installation all the way to physical security. Like if you need people at your facilities, at your farms, dispensaries, all that. We also do transport security. We move product from one location to another, cash one location to another. And we're looking to come down to Albuquerque to kind of see what the vibe is and see what the industry is going through. Luckily, we have a lot of experience. When Oregon went rec in 2015, we learned the hard way. Not just us, but the farmers, the growers, the processors, and we are a part of that.
Can you tell us, just because there's people here in New Mexico that are starting businesses, and obviously if you go through the bill and you go through the legislation, you're going to see, in order to start a business, you have to have security. So for people that want to start that company, what can they expect, and what should they, what hurdles have you guys already learned that they should, expect to get over quicker?
Totally, yeah, that's a great question. It was one of the biggest issues in Oregon that had started was being able to track products and things like that. So there was a whole infrastructure built from the state that was pushing that on. Security, they wanted to be able to monitor it. So what we had learned was camera systems and physical security wasn't being taken seriously by the growers. And when the state came through, right, that's their way of having their hands in to make sure everything's on the up and up. They would come into facilities, and because they didn't take it seriously, they were shut down, they were put in bad spots, and unfortunately some guys lost licenses. Luckily, we had a good client base and we had a good name out there to be able to first get them set up properly and then move forward. But I think our biggest advantage, what we do, is because we're a veteran-owned company, not only military, but also emergency services, firefighters, police, that we're able to bridge that gap between growers, which I'm a Southern Oregon boy, all my buddies are all growers. They all started in the industry well before, things were as hip as they are now.
Not too before, no, I'm just kidding.
Not too before, yeah.
Far enough.
Just enough to get us, get the plants in the ground, right? But however, we learned, and we were able to bridge that gap. Law enforcement, city officials, all that, they're not anti-business. They're not anti-growth. What they are anti is recklessness. We have a little bit of structure in how we operate, and we were able to translate that into their businesses. So I recommend any grower, any processor, anything like that, to really have a good relationship with their security company and make sure that they have a good relationship with the local law enforcement and agencies. That's what I would recommend. Yeah.
And I saw this thing cruising around.
Yeah.
It's the future, America. Can you tell us what you use these drones for, and what they can do to help large-scale farmers, small farmers, people helping to get their business out, whatever it may be?
Oh, man. I mean, the drone industry is something that is near and dear to me because on top of what I did in the military, I was light infantry. They introduced that into us for reconnaissance and things like that. Well, what it really does for you, it gives you a better picture of what is happening in your area. And in the military world, that's very beneficial in base defense and direct action operations. What I learned in the farming world, spending so much time securing them, was knowing how your plants are doing. Are your plants healthy? What areas, and when you're in an aerial, when you're looking at a bird's eye view, let's say, you can see what the issues are visually. However, there's new technologies, analytical technologies that can read and censor how your plants are feeling. They won't directly tell you what is wrong with your plant, but they'll tell you there's something wrong. So if you're having nitration issues with your nitrogen or water issues, like a kinked line, you'll see those stresses in that area. And if you're doing large-scale grow operations like now we do hemp farmers. Exactly. Hemp farmers, acres. Now, indoor grow ops, we started implementing camera systems in there that can read that are fixed. You don't need a drone flying. You just need cameras in key locations, and that analytical data can get all fed back to you to be able to remotely watch it. And we all know how technology is going, man. If you can manage your farm, and you have 5 farms in the southern New Mexico area, you can't physically be at every farm. But if you can go on your app or you can go on your computer and check the health of your plants, I mean, that's not only good for you as the farmer, it's good for your clients who really need you if you're a processor, and it's just good for everybody, for you to have more control over your plants remotely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One quick question before we go. I heard you say earlier that you were light infantry for the Army.
Yeah.
And this is just because I know Taham well. Can you tell me about the kind of people that you hire and the kind of vision for your company?
Totally, yeah. Thanks for asking that. Yeah, we primarily hire veterans. We don't exclude. We also hire firefighters, emergency services, also civilians, but just motivated people. The right person for the right job. That's the way we look at it. But veterans, just because the way we started was a bunch of us came home from deployment. As usual, nowhere to go, nothing to do, one skill set, and this was our way of giving back. And thankfully, people like you and your family and the people that you work with brought us into your new industry, and we were able to provide security for you, and you were able to give us a purpose. And since that coalition, as I say, we have grown so much that we've been able to employ 50 veterans in our community. We continuously help more and more veterans translate their skills from the military into the civilian world. And luckily, this new industry offers that to us. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, Citi Rhythms out. This is the kind of company we like to see in New Mexico to help New Mexico's cannabis industry grow and thrive and do it the right way. So, stay posted.